Hi viewers, welcome back. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Today in this video, we are going to learn how different questions are asked on the topic parts of speech in the competitive examinations and how to crack the answers. I request you all not to skip the video. I am going to explain the process of my mind, rather to say the rules of grammar. Here, you are requested to listen each and every word that comes out of my mouth. So don't skip the video and listen very carefully till the end. I am very sure you are going to understand the process how to crack the answers. A part of speech is decided based on the work of the word it does in a sentence. Here we must understand the work of that particular word, whether it is qualifying, whether it is naming, whether it is doing, or what is it doing there? What does it do? Here, without any further delay, let us dive into the topic so that we can understand better. The first question, still waters run deep. When you break down the sentence into two parts, still waters is the subject and run deep is the predicate. Here, in the place of a subject, as we know, there comes a noun phrase or a pronoun. Here, if it is the noun phrase, what is the important word? And that important word could be the noun. Here, the important word is waters. So, this is the noun. So, anything that comes beside a noun and qualifies it, that is an adjective. So, option B is right here. It is an adjective. Now, the same word, still, how it changes its parts of speech in the second sentence. Let us see. My dear friends, unless we use a word in a sentence, we can't decide the parts of speech of that particular word. See, we decide the parts of speech of a particular word based on the work it does in a sentence. Here, in this sentence, it is qualifying the word or the noun what is. But here, what does it qualify? You can see here, he still lives in that house. If you break down the sentence into two parts as subject and predicate, he is the subject and still lives in that house is the predicate. Here, still is the word that qualifies the verb here. The verb lives. He still lives. Meaning, he continues to live till date. He remains there in that house till date. Any word that qualifies a verb or an adjective or another adverb, we can call it an adverb. See here, in the third sentence, after the storm comes the calm. Here, it is a sentence that confuses most of the students. Here, when you break down the sentence into two parts, the calm is the subject and comes after the storm is the predicate. A sentence similar to this, here comes the bus. The bus is the subject, comes here is predicate. Just like that, you can see the calm follows the storm. You can see the word after shows the relation between the storm and the calm. You can see it. Any word that shows relation between two words in a sentence, what do we call it? Yes, no doubt it is a preposition. The same word after how it does, what work it does in the fourth sentence, let's dive into it and observe. The after effects of the drug are bad. When you break down the sentence into two parts, the after effects of the drug is the subject, are bad is predicate. You can see in this subject, if you take it as a noun phrase, in this the important word is effects. See here, the after effects in that noun phrase, after is qualifying the word effects. It is adding to the meaning of the word effects. So, we can call it an adjective. Any word that qualifies a noun or a pronoun, we can call it an adjective. So here, the option A is right. When you come here, the up train is late. The up train is late. Four options are given there: adjective, verb, preposition and pronoun. When you break down the sentence into two parts, the up train is the subject, is late is the predicate. So a predicate starts with a verb, so it is not a verb. Here, the up train is a noun phrase. Since it came in the place of a subject, the main word is train. And up is the word, it is qualifying the meaning of, qualifying the noun train. So we can call it adjective. Since it is qualifying the word train, we can call it adjective. Option A is right. When you go to the sixth sentence, look up. In this sentence, there is no subject. It is just a predicate. Then what is the work done by the word up there in that predicate? It is qualifying the word look. Look up. You can see here, since it is adding something to the meaning of the word look, or since it is qualifying the verb, we can call it adverb. As we know the definition of an adverb, any word that adds something to the meaning of, that qualifies a verb, an adjective or another adverb is called an adverb. So option B is right here. He looks handsome. Here, if you break down the sentence into two parts, he is the subject, looks handsome is predicate. Yes, my dear friends, here, if you observe the verb here, looks, it is not showing any action. It is just linking the characteristic of the subject to that particular subject. It is adding some extra info, it is linking extra information to the subject. That's why we call it a linking verb. Here, he looks handsome. It is not showing any action. He is handsome. Just he appears handsome. He seems handsome. Here, it links the characteristic of that particular subject. Since it is a characteristic, quality, we can call it an adjective. Here, see, option D is right. When you go to the next one, I am weak. Here, when you break down the sentence into two parts, I is the subject and am weak is predicate. Here, am is just a linking verb. Again, see, it is not doing any action. It is linking The characteristic of the subject I, the speaker. How is the speaker here? He is very weak. Since it is showing the characteristic of the particular subject, we can call it an adjective. See here, it is an adjective. Option C is right. When you go to the ninth one, I am here. Here you must observe very clearly, friends. Here, when you break down the sentence into two parts, I is the subject and here is predicate. No doubt, am is a linking verb. Here it is not linking a certain characteristic or quality of the subject. Here it is linking where the subject is. It is telling where a particular subject is, the position of the subject, the certain location of the subject. It is linking the location of the subject. So here, when any word that links the location or the place or the time, phrases, just like early, late, I'm early, I'm late, I'm here, I'm there, I'm upstairs, I'm downstairs. All these are the words that show the location of that particular subject. My teacher is upstairs. That means here, there it is showing the location of my teacher. Then it is called an adverb. You can see, since it is showing the place, we can call it an adverb. If it shows the characteristics or qualities or the color or the size, we can call it an adjective. When you go to the 10th one, you can see here, friends, you can carry on. Many students misunderstand that on is a preposition. But as we have already discussed, unless we use a sentence, unless we use a word in a sentence, we can't decide the parts of speech of that particular word. Here, the word on is adding something to the meaning of the word carry. When you break down the sentence into two parts, you is the subject and can carry on is predicate. In this predicate, the word on is adding something to the meaning of the verb carry. So any word that adds something to the meaning of a verb, as we have already discussed, it is called an adverb. So here it is adverb. Option C is right. We have just discussed 10 questions. There are many more in the upcoming videos. If at all you want to be notified, please subscribe to my channel. And if at all you like this video, please like it and share it to your friends and promote my channel so that I will be boosted. I am encouraged to do many videos and I shall be there for your service, no doubt. Thank you so much for listening to this video very patiently.